Hi friends, it's Eric here, talking to fan people. And I want to talk about the range of potential expressions of self that occur under various time frames, I guess you could say. So, specifically, I'd like to start with mood and energy level over the course of a day, or a week, or whatever. But I mean, let's look at it in terms of at any given moment during any given day. So right now, I'm pretty tired and not very energetic, not feeling very enthusiastic about stuff. Driving home from my parents' house, which is not a million miles away, but it's rush hour right now. I have come up here on a back road that's a little bit easier, but you know, I'm run down, and I was thinking about this topic of the video, and I was trying to imagine myself making the video, and I thought it's not going to turn out very good, Eric, because you just don't have the oomph right now. It's like you're not feeling it. Well, from there I started thinking, well, what does that speak about an individual's potential? Is it always like where ought one weight one's decision-making criterion? For example, there's lots of things where you might say it's a good idea to push through and exhibit discipline and stick to it-ness. Even if you're tired, just push on through and finish the job or something. Certain kinds of tasks are conducive to that, I guess. And other things, like probably video making or other artistic endeavors, are more sensitive to how you're feeling in the moment, whether you're feeling it. So, where the fuck are my cigarettes? No matter how many times I look in the same pockets, they're going to still not be there. That's the problem. Where did I put them, though? I know I brought them. I guess I smoked one of Kim's. They're in the bag. Nobody knows. Come on, viewing audience. Help a little bit. Christ sakes. Sit there watching the video and you don't even check him. You see a man struggling to find his cigarettes while he's driving. Anyhow, so one of the things that occurred to me just now, I guess, but that's relevant is that the process of doing something like this can change your mood. That we're an open system. We can't really say this stays put and now let's address this variable as it relates. This may not stay put, whatever this is. So, you know, if I begin making this video predicated on the notion that I'm in a bad mood or not in a very enthusiastic mood, maybe I'll end it in a different mood than I began it because of the process of making it. That's what it would mean to say nothing stays pinned down, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, so regarding one's choice of actions then, or decisions, mood is something to consider or factor in when making determinations about whether to begin something or initiate something. But it can also be self-reinforcing if you're not feeling it because you think, well, I don't know how other people walk through things, but I tend to imagine myself starting the thing, and I'll like imagine the first couple of sentences of a video, and then if I'm feeling enthused by that, or it's like if the next sentences are leaping off my lips and the next couple of segments are coming to me immediately, then I just start, okay, that'll work, I'll start a video. And if it feels like I'm having to pull my own weight rather than carried along by natural verbosity, I guess, then I usually will be like, forget it. So the other factor is development over time, and I guess I'll make that the other thing a third element. So development over time. I'm obviously a different person than I was when I was young, even though I have the same personality. And I love the fact that I have this video of myself when I was 18 years old making constitutionality arguments in response to a local ordinance regarding trying to put a damper on kids' kegers. Before I knew anything about personality type, you can't say I was just sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. I've never heard the letters E and T P used in that order together at that moment, and I'm obviously the same personality. But what's different about me, where I've developed, is I think it's fair to say I've got a better sense of something like security. I don't necessarily mean, I don't mean financial security or anything like that, but it's something along the lines of security. Meaning, I feel very much not at risk during engagements with people. I don't feel particularly envious. I don't feel like a hater really very much. I used to have a lot more of that. Fuckhead? Why you gotta be a fuckhead, huh? Oh, because you're a fuckhead. Now you're gonna be a fuckhead. Great, thank you. Wonderful. That's what I was hoping for. Another fuckhead. Okay. Well, there goes monetization on this video. So, anywho, I gotta turn around here. This is a cul-de-sac. And, more secure, which manifests as, I guess, in general, nicer and maybe more considerate, more concerned about people, more humble to a certain extent. This guy I dealt with on Type Police, Zero Entropy, he really got me thinking. Because in a lot of ways, he's a lot like I was 4 or 5 years ago, and he's 4 or 5 years younger than me. I think it's actually 3 years younger than me, but whatever, that's not the point. Seems to have a chip on his shoulder, and he made a mistake last night, or this morning, whatever it was, early this morning, I guess. I put the same comment I put on any video. You've had an encounter with the Type Police, and then the link to the video. Except the video I linked to, after I put the link in on the comment and everything, I realized that the audio was all fucked up on that video. Like, I was really quiet and the thing I was listening to was really loud. So I had to fix the levels. So I had to delete that video. Anyway, I didn't intend to trap him, but I did kind of set him up, I guess, in the sense that seeing that the video was gone, he made some remark about, I guess somebody thought better of this and got wise to the reality. I eat Type Police shit like this for breakfast and blah, 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 blah. You know, like, as if you're gonna come up here and Type Police me. Like that kind of comment, right? So I said, well, your ego is larger than your capacity to eat. I assure you that. And, you know, I told him I just had to fix the levels. Here's the link. And I put the new link up. I don't want to go right. The right lane must turn right. I guess that's why I have to stay in this lane. Okay. So, you know, he came back with a bunch of meanity man. I'm not at all attached to being HP. MBTI is me. Like, I don't care about your feelings. Yes, the link's there. Yes, it works. Thanks for sharing. Go ahead, lady. I felt pretty smug about the whole thing last night. Now I'm feeling a little bit, I guess, guilty. I mean, I have no reason to feel. This is the thing. I have no reason to feel guilty, except I guess that's the source of this video about time and development and stuff. Is in certain moods, I kind of relish the combat, relish the placing of somebody who's haughty, which is ironic because I know I'm haughty. Watching that makes me want to make sure I'm not haughty, but I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to accomplish that exactly. I could almost see how he doesn't see how others probably see him. And I could almost see how I don't see how others probably see him. Because the things that I'm seeing that I don't like are also things that I exhibit. And so I'm probably somewhat inured to them. Regardless, you know, I think development over time means different things to different people. And you know, the chip on a person's shoulder comes from believing in negative narratives about themselves, at least some of the time, or not having those negative narratives fully addressed with negations or something like that. I don't want to play into that with people, even when their negative narratives to themselves express as like what that guy did, which was, I mean, look, the thing is, what he did was he didn't look into things at all. He didn't wait for the link to be fixed or anything, because he's some kind of an action type. He's probably an ENTP, but because of that, it means he's confident that if he doesn't really have to look before he leaps, right? He just leap on this, and then assume I'll be able to handle things. But again, that's some growth to be had from remembering that we're all in some moments operating optimally, and in other moments operating very non-optimally. You get me at a bad moment, you can school my ass, no problem. If I'm tired and not expecting it and not in the mood and blah blah blah, I could very easily find myself getting schooled. On the other hand, there are times when I'm at my optimal moment, when I can perform at a level that impresses people, whatever it's at, whatever the thing is. You know, it's different things, but I'm not either of those characters. I'm the character that has that range of things. So it's important to remember that we all have good days, bad days, and moments of beast mode and moments of scrub. Additionally, it takes us years to get rid of some of the more ineffective habits that we pick up over the years. A lot of those habits we probably pick up to defend ego things, wanting to be status A or B, wanting to defend one's perceptual self against perceptual countervailing forces or something. I don't know. Anyway, I find myself thinking about that guy all day, Zero Entropy, because he's 44 years old. He's probably an ENTP, almost for sure. He's not as ideational as I am, I don't think. He seems a little more physical world action. He's got a little bit more SE probably, but I still think he's probably ENTP. He might be ESTP. It's the only real other possibility that I see. I'm pretty sure he's TI. So, if he's a 44-year-old ENTP with a YouTube channel talking about MBTI, it makes him of interest to me because I haven't found somebody else like me, really, doing YouTube stuff. So, of course, we got off on the wrong foot, you know, because, well, I mean, I don't know what I could or should have done differently, is the other thing, besides smack his ass down. You gotta really believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself probably too much to turn the other cheek in a situation like that and allow perceptions to be that you lost the exchange. You gotta be a pretty big man to care that much about this douchebag who's trying to roll up on you. I'm not that saint-like, right? I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I feel bad for him because I can picture myself getting schooled like that. It hurts. It hurt me. It used to hurt me for days. Like I remember getting schooled by a couple people on a couple of occasions. One in particular sticks out, which is Heidi Prevey. Schooled the fuck out of me. I mean, I'm still referring to it to this day. So I don't know if he's that attached to narratives of fairness like that. Basically, it's like you tell those kind of stories to show that you're fair, that you're not going to try to misrepresent yourself as never getting beat or something. You've got examples of getting beat in school too. It makes things fair, and it's true. I'm not making them up. So, you know, if you're not that committed to narratives of fairness, you may not want to tell those stories. Personally, I think it's very useful to tell those stories, and it's useful on a number of levels. There's value in humility beyond just the social. There's value in real humility too, which is, I think, born of, and I mean, I'm not saying I have a great grasp on the broad subject of humility, okay? But I would say that real humility comes from understanding one's own fragility. Like, I recognize how my happy-go-lucky, mostly easygoing life is predicated on the sustenance of various veins of attachment. So, like if my family dies or something, I'm in trouble, right? All of a sudden, I'm not all the things that I'm relying on a consistent basis to sustain my emotional, spiritual, physical well-being. Those are all gone all of a sudden. It would cause a terribly dramatic shift in ontology. I mean, I think humility also comes from either your for EHP, probably from your fourth slot more than any place else, where you get the fact that we're all animals and we all need a hug, and we all need a warm bed, and we all need a comfortable place when we're not feeling so great. And whether that's physically or emotionally, for HPs, the solution is SI. So, I don't know. Is this a good video? I don't know. I think it was good for the beginning part. I was pushing forward. I had that level of attentional juice that I could direct towards the topic and letting it unfurl at a good pace. And then I probably got a little sidetracked or a little bogged down in some subtopics. I started going slower as I tried to pick my words carefully for certain sections, and that probably starts to get boring. I'm becoming more aware of what works and what doesn't work in videos for myself as a viewer, and that generally correlates well with what other people like too. I get bored with my own videos when I start talking all slow and picking my words all carefully. It fucking pisses me off. It's like, hurry the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with you, Eric? You're boring the living shit out of me. Yeah, you're fine, truck. Get over it. I did get in front of you. You know why? Because that's where I was going. That's why. Alright. In the end,